Good morning friends. Today we are going to study human excretory system. Now we will see here in human excretory system we will see some organs which are associated for the verb excretion. They are as follows. The largest excretion is done with the help of skin, the skin, and second excretory organ which is very important in human beings, that is called as human kidney, and third important organ which is associated for excretion is known as the lungs, and then there is a sweat gland which is present on the skin. These all organs combine together and they help in the excretion process. Now we will see the human excretory system, and our topic is the urinary system in human beings. So in this system we will see human have one pair of kidney. Human have one pair of kidney which is located at the epigastrium region. This is an epigastrium region from the back side. It is called as ventral surface. This is the dorsal surface. So human kidney is located at the dorsal epigastrium region. We will find that we have one pair of kidney. The kidney have the size 10 centimeter long as well as 6 centimeter wide. So the size is 10 centimeter long and 6 centimeter wide. The left kidney is little bit downside as compared to the right kidney, because this question used to ask in examination, because the left kidney, above the left kidney there is a liver. So our liver have a weight that is 1400 grams approximately. So that is 1.5 or 1.4 kilogram. So because of that heavy weight, the left kidney is little bit lower as compared to the right kidney. Now we will see in this diagram the blood circulation is shown. This is the LS of urinary system, basically the kidney, which is showing the renal vein. This is a renal vein which is indicated by blue color because it is deoxygenated. It used to carry deoxygenated blood or impure blood, we can say. So the renal vein is also known as posterior vena cava. It arises from posterior vena cava. And here from red color you can see this is called as renal artery or aorta. So renal artery which is arising from aorta, because the oxygenated blood or the pure blood is pumped by aorta, and the filtration of the blood is also done, and then the collection of the blood is done with the help of this renal aorta, and it will send for the heart circulation, where all the tissue will get the oxygenated blood. Now we will see the structure. This cap-like structure is known as adrenal gland. These are what? Adrenal gland. We have one pair of adrenal gland. They are cap-like structure found at both the kidney. So they used to secrete a hormone which is called as adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone which is also known as fight or flight hormone. So in the case of danger, this hormone used to work. This 1 marks question is also asked in examination. Adrenal gland used to produce an hormone that is called adrenal gland produce hormone called as adrenaline. So adrenaline is that important hormone which is secreted by adrenal gland. Now we will see here the LS of the kidney. We have following different parts which is labeled. The outer portion, it is our kidney is bean shaped. The kidney is bean shaped. When you open the bean, it seems like that only. So that is why the kidney is bean shaped. The outer layer is known as cortex. Middle layer is known as medulla. The outer layer is known as cortex. Middle layer is known as medulla. And the inner layer, here you can see in the middle layer only, this structure which is showing papilla. This structure is called papilla, where number of tubules are generating, and this structure is known as pelvis. The last structure at the center of the portion inside the kidney which is representing is known as pelvis. This structure is called pyramid. Here the hilum is found, and the middle structure is called as cortex. So these are the important structure which are indicating, as I already told you, the shape of the kidney, that is a bean shape, and side, that is 10 centimeter height, as well as you will see the length, and width is 6 centimeter. Now you will find here the ureter is coming down. This is the pipeline which is tubule, which is known as ureter, and it is joined to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is a pouch-like structure where the urine used to collect after the filtration. You will see here, and then you will see that at the lower portion of the urinary bladder there is sphincter muscles are found. Sphincter muscles are basically those muscles which helps in contraction of the urinary bladder, or you can say the urination can take place with the help of sphincter muscles, or relaxation. Contraction or relaxation is done with the help of your sphincter muscles, and this is known as your urethra. Urethra is the external opening of the this excretory system by which the urine can move out. Now you will see this is all about the urinary system in human. Now here a lot of, as we know that what is the unit of kidney? The unit of kidney is known as nephron. So a number of fine tube-like structure or the tubules are known as nephron. They are, when we make an enlarged diagram, as I indicated by an arrow, the enlarged diagram is made here. This is a diagram of a nephron, which is also known as unit of a kidney. This is a single renal uniferous tubule, or they are also known as nephron. Now in this what we will understand? We will understand that it is the internal structure of the kidney. So kidney has basically, I have told you, two regions, that is medulla region, medulla inner, as I already told you. The medulla inner used to make a conical pyramids. Inside this the conical pyramids are found, right? And from the conical pyramid you will see that they have apex papilla. The papilla is known as the apex is having a papilla, and then you will find that they will rejoin together, and here they will make a pelvis. The medulla have papilla, and papilla used to rejoin, and they used to make a pelvis. They used to make a diagram like pyramids. And then in kidney the second part is that the outer part, that is called as cortex. Outer part is cortex and inner part is known as medulla. So this is an internal structure as we can talk about. Now one more important thing, we will see the structure of kidney tube. Mean to say we are talking about the single renal uniferous tubule, and here we will understand what the things we have to understand. First of all we will understand this portion which is clearly indicating. See here the wider loop or arteriole is showing. Wider loop or arteriole is showing, by which that is called as afferent arteriole. This wider arteriole is known as afferent arteriole. A for afferent arteriole. It has the blood pressure of 75 mm per Hg, which is very high blood pressure. They are fine structures, and they outer this side where the, after the here it used to carry impure blood or deoxygenated blood, you can say. This impure blood having, they have to enter for the fertilization, sorry, for the filtration. And here you can see this is an efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole is the when the filtrate is already filtered and the blood is purified, then it will move to the efferent arteriole, which is narrow. Now we will see that here this is known as, this is a capillary network which is called as glomerulus. This is called as glomerulus. Afferent is wider, efferent is narrow arteriole, and here you can see they are making a network by the help of capillary, which is called as glomerulus. Now we will understand this cap-like structure which is called as Bowman's capsule. It is like this. See, this is a glomerulus, and the cap-like structure which is called as a bowl-like structure is known as Bowman's capsule. So where the filtration can take place, this is called as Bowman's capsule. Here we can see now, which is represented by B, and glomerulus is represented by G. So we can say that glomerulus plus Bowman's capsule is known as Malpighian capsule. So glomerulus plus Bowman capsule is known as Malpighian capsule. So Malpighian capsule, what is that? With the addition of your glomerulus as well as Bowman's capsule is called as Malpighian capsule. Now we will see that here it is showing by red color that these are the fine blood capillaries which are running. The Bowman's capsule have a tubular structure. These are the foldings. These curves, the first half curve is known as PCT. PCT means proximal convoluted tubule. So they are called as PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule. They have a special type of cells, that is squamous epithelium cell, and kidney is made by your ciliated epithelium cell. So here the squamous epithelium cell used to have helps in the filtration process, and by that the filtrate will move to the zigzag structure, that is the tubule, which is called as proximal convoluted tubule. This is the first half. Now we'll see, after this they used to carry what? They used to filter because the water substance basically which is having salt, glucose, amino acid, these are the contents which is coming by this passage or by this tubule, and then if they are making a fine hair like, or you can say hairpin like structure which is U-shaped, and this is known as your loop of Henle, because Henle is a scientist who has discovered this loop, and that is why this is called as loop of Henle. This is a fine structure which is having a medulla. So fine structure called medulla, and from medulla they used to move to cortex region, and again it will move to the convoluted tubule, and this Henle loop which is U-shaped, it will move to the second convoluted tubule. So the second convoluted tubule we will see that the filtration of basically the reabsorption work can take place at the point of your loop of Henle, that is about approximately 5 to 10%, but 15% the reabsorption take place in second DCT, which is called as digital convoluted tubule, and it have important function that the unfiltrate or the waste material which is carried forward, it will move to the collecting duct. It will move to the collecting duct. This loop is known as your descending loop, which is indicated here. Here is the capillary network at side by side. Suppose if any essential inorganic or organic mineral which is moving to the excretory as an excretory product, so it will be required by the body. If it is required by the body, then it will be reabsorbed. We will tell you what are the functions and how the formation of urine take place in further, and here we will talk about that. This is the ascending limb, as we are saying that, and when it will move to the second digital convoluted tubule, by this way they are making a loop like structure, and then this is called a collecting duct. By the collecting duct, urine can flow to the urinary bladder. Again they have a sphincter muscles, and the exit will take place with the help of urethra. Now we will understand that how the formation of, what are the function of urine, this particularly kidney, and how the urine formation can take place. So we will see that how the urine formation take place, which will be done by three processes. The first process called as ultrafiltration. So ultrafiltration here, this afferent arteriole having a porous body, pore-like structure. So here only the filtration can take place. So whatever the waste material which is not required by the body, so that will be thrown to the Bowman's capsule. As we know that what is excretion? Excretion is the removal of waste product or toxic product. So toxic product, what we are eating in digestion, if something is very toxic, some bacterial infections taken place, so all these toxicity will be excreted through the blood. By afferent arteriole, it will be excreted to the Bowman's capsule, and again the pure blood or filtrated blood will be moved to the which is purified now, it will move with the help of your efferent arteriole, which is narrow in structure. So the process is known as ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration means the pores are present here, it is like a site, and through that the filtration take place, it is known as ultrafiltration. So ultrafiltration take place between glomerulus as well as Bowman's capsule. So it will take place between glomerulus as well as Bowman's capsule. Ultrafiltration basically in glomerulus take place. Then there is a Bowman's capsule. What is the function of Bowman's capsule? Which receive the glomerular filtrate. Bowman's capsule used to receive the glomerular filtrate. Now after that you will see the first proximal convoluted tubule, which have the absorption function. First proximal convoluted tubule have a absorption function, and here you will see that they have an absorption function which is very essential. Most of the NaCl product, NaCl and water, NaCl and water will be absorbed by these pipeline or the capillaries. They used to absorb it if it is required by the body. Now we'll see that Henle loop. Next part is Henle loop. As in this, what happens? Some absorption of sodium ion take place. Here, which ions absorption take place? That is basically sodium ion. Sodium ion absorption take place due to Henle loop. Alright. As well as we will see, then all the filtrate will be thrown to second digital convoluted tubule. Digital means, when we talk about digital, digital means further or away from the Bowman's or Bowman's capsule, away from the Bowman's capsule, further or away from the Bowman's capsule. Now we'll understand that essential thing that is known as digital convoluted tubule function. What is the function of the digital convoluted tubule? First function is that it helps in reabsorption of chlorine and water. So here what reabsorption take place? Chlorine, water, as well as potassium also. Basically the chlorine is there and potassium also, and it also helps to make a formation of urine. Urine formation is also done with the help of digital convoluted tubule, that is a broader and it is highly coiled. Now one more important thing you will understand, the wall of digital convoluted tubule used to secrete certain drugs like penicillin. Penicillin is secreted, by which they used to detoxify the toxic chemicals, as well as they used to have other foreign chemicals also, which is secreted by the wall of digital convoluted tubule. And you can see they help in the formation of, by this way they help in the formation of urine. So this is an important role of digital convoluted tubule. Now we'll understand one more thing, ultrafiltration, as we have seen, where the involvement of glomerulus as well as your Bowman's capsule is associated. In ultrafiltration, glomerulus and Bowman's capsule is associated. Now second important thing I have to understand that how the filtration take place with the help of a process, the process known as osmoregulation. Second important process in urine formation is osmoregulation. So how the osmoregulation, what do you mean by osmoregulation? Osmoregulation is a process which work on the osmosis. What is osmosis? The movement of molecule from higher concentration to lower concentration in the presence of semi-permeable membrane. So here we can see that arteriole wall, it is acting as a SPM. This wall is acting as a SPM, mean to say semi-permeable membrane. And here the basically it is working on a phenomena or the process which is known as osmoregulation. Osmoregulation of what? Essential oil and toxic ions also. So we can say that the toxic substances will be thrown to the Bowman's capsule with the process of osmoregulation. Now we will see one more important thing, that after this what happened? After this, basically the third important process in urine formation is selective reabsorption, which is done from first PCT. Henle loop means first proximal convoluted tubule. In the loop of Henle, the absorption and reabsorption take place, which is also known as selective reabsorption, and major part is done in second digital convoluted tubule. With this is the second digital convoluted tubule, where if any essential ion which is required by the body, that will be reabsorbed with the help of capillary network, which is moving as a periparallel, or you can say parallel to the tubules. The capillary networks are moving parallel to the tubules, and here the material which is basically, we talk about the ions which is essential for the body is regulated, and then it will be collected with the help of efferent arteriole. If it is waste product, then it will be thrown to this particular tubule, which is called Henle loop, and then digital convoluted tubule, and basically the collecting duct. The collecting duct is there. Number of nephron is there in your body, basically in kidney, and then all the unwanted material, or we can say that toxic material in the form of we can say that in the form of uric acid, urea, or glucose, etc. They are inorganic or organic chemicals, they will be excreted. Now we'll understand that what is, by this way the formation of urine take place, where the involvement of three important things we have learned. First, what we have learned, the process of ultrafiltration, by which, second we have learned osmoregulation, by the help of osmosis it used to work, and the third important process we have learned, that is known as selective reabsorption. So at the head region we can say that this is the head region of a nephron, where two processes take place, which is called as ultrafiltration as well as osmoregulation. At the tail region, the process which takes place is known as selective reabsorption, right? So we'll understand that how the formation of urine take place, and then we'll also understand what is the composition of urine. So what is the composition of urine? Urine have a yellow color. Urine is yellow color. And second important thing, what is the volume is excreted by the process? That is 1 liter to 1.5 liter per day. And what is the pH of urine? The pH of urine is 5 to 8 acidic, means 5 to 8. It is, the pH is calculated 5 to 8, means it is slightly acidic in pH, right? And odor, when you understand the pH we have learned, now we'll think that odor of urine. So odor is ammonia. Basically the ammonia is released from that. So ammonia odor is found in, basically in kidney. This urine pH is ammonia contained, and specific gravity, when you talk about a specific gravity, that is 1.0032 to 1.035. So that is the specific gravity of urine. Now we'll understand that what is the composition of urine in after the filtration with the help of single renal uniferous tubule. What is the urine composition? So we'll understand it have two composition. It has two parts. One is known as inorganic and second is known as organic. So when you talk about inorganic, it have further many parts, many important inorganic components are found, that is known as NaCl, KCl. NaCl having a 9, we talk about gram per liter. So NaCl is 9 gram per liter, where potassium chloride is your 2.5 gram per liter, ammonia is 0.6 per liter, and other component is 2.5 gram per liter. And when you talk about the organic components which is found in urine, so that is your creatinine, which is 1.5 gram per liter. Then you will see the urea, that is your 2.3 gram per liter, which is having collected in digital granulated tubule, and uric acid, that is of 0.7 gram per liter is excreted, and other components in the case of organic, that is 2.6 gram per liter. So this we have understand about the what is the urine having different compositions, as well as we have understand their physical nature like color, volume, pH and other important informations. Now we will understand one more important thing, that about a renal tubule. I would like to tell you what is the important information, that is 1 to 2 liter of the 1 to 2 liter per minute blood passes from kidney. So we understand that we have one pair kidney, and from one pair kidney how much liter blood is passing in 1 minute? That is 1 to 2 liter. And how in 24 hours how many circulation it is taking forward from both the kidneys? That is 350 to 400 times, means 400 times the complete blood of our body passing through the kidney. How many times? 400, 350 to 400 times per day. So it is information. And one more important thing, that total number of uniferous tubule. Total number of uniferous tubule is how much? That is 2 million. How much? That is 2 million approximately present in human kidney. One more essential thing, each single tube have 4 to, this tubule have a side, right? This nephron have a side, and that size is 4 to 5 centimeter. How much long it is? It is 4 to 5 centimeter long, right? So that is an essential information. Means one more information I would like to tell you, that when you attach all the tubules together, then what is the length of the particular tubule, that will be 60 kilometers. In both the kidney, if you attach a head, one tubule, another tubule like this, so you will find that the total distance it will cover, that is 60 kilometers. One more information, urine produced from glomerular filtrate after reabsorption. So urine produced from glomerular filtrate after reabsorption, we have to understand that in per day how much it will be produced, that is 1.2 liter, and that is why we can say that urinary bladder, what is the capacity, that is up to 2 liter, and how much is normally producing, that is 1.5 liter is recorded. So it is varying people to people according to the size of the this urinary bladder. Here the sphincter muscles are found, which are highly important, because with the help of our desire only the excretion can take place. In 4 hours, basically the excretion easily can done time to time. It having the holding capacity for 4 hours to 6 hours, and then the excretion is required. In diabetic patient, urine formation is rapid because the hormone ADH is responsible. ADH is antidiuretic hormone, which is released from anterior pituitary of the brain. And what is the important function of that ADH? Means it accelerate the desire of drinking water. When the water input is more, then the excretion is more. So that is the important thing. That is why we can say that with diabetes is hydrophidic diabetes or water diabetes also in the case of diabetic insipidus patients. So in diabetes this is a problem. Frequent urination take place. This is one symptom which we have to understand. One more important thing we'll share, that basically what are the kidney related diseases. So we understand that there are basically 2 or 3 important diseases which are seen. First disease we talk about, that is hematuria. Hematuria disease. This is a disease in which the urination takes place in the patient, and with the urine blood also comes out, excreted out. With some bacterial infection or some infections, the leaking of the capillary taken place, and by that the blood is also coming with the help of urine, and that is known as hematuria. Hem means blood and churia means your urine. So blood in urine is present, that disease is known as hematuria. This we understand. And second disease we will understand with kidney related, that is your that disease is called as glycosuria. Glycosuria means glucose. Glyco means glucose, suria means urine you can talk about. So in urine, if the if the glucose is coming out in urine, that disease is known as glycosuria. If glucose component is coming in urine, that is known as glycosuria. Basically in diabetic patient, which is classified into 2 parts, one is known as diabetic mellitus and second is called as diabetic insipidus. Diabetic mellitus is a disease which takes place after 30 years age, and diabetic insipidus, which is both are the genetic related disease, but insipidus have basically when you talk about type 1 diabetes, that is diabetic insipidus, where it can take place in early ages like 25, or maybe newly born also have reported nowadays that they are suffering with diabetes. So it is a common disease. Glycosuria, if you have to touch, if you have to test and you have to understand how if the patient have diabetes or not, so you will go for the test like your glycosuria. Glycosuria's disease means glucose in urine, and when you make a biochemistry of the urine, you will understand that glucose, if the glucose is present, means the patient is suffering with the diabetes. And second test is done by blood sugar. So that is another thing. With the blood they used to examine whether the patient have sugar or not. And one more test nowadays doctors are doing, that is known as HbA1 test. It having a medical report of 3 months consolidated. Now we will see one more important disease, that is known as renal failure.